ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for more things.
That's a bit of a bummer, or a letdown. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another SH Figuarts action figure review on the Bandai Tamashii Nations, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War movies, Iron Man Mark 50, and Tamashi's Stage. If you're trying to get your SH Figuarts Marvel figures, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
This is looking pretty cool. I really like the accessories that I've seen from this so far. Very nice packaging. I like the gold foil right there. It looks pretty cool. On the side, you can see a little product shot of Iron Man, and then on the back, you can see a whole bunch of product shots over here, looking pretty sweet. And on this side, it says SH Figuarts, Iron Man Mark 50, and Tamashi's Stage. On the top, Avengers Infinity War is written, and then we get the A right over there, and then not much going on at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the SH Figuarts Mark 50 Iron Man figure out of the packaging, and this thing looks pristine, man. Look at those paint apps. I love that metallic red that we're seeing throughout. Bright gold over here. It looks really good. I like the touches of blue. I mean, the paint apps just look really awesome to me. I always like how the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures come out with this very metallic paint, and we have some die cast in the figure too to add some heft to it. So it's a great looking piece. I really like the articulation. He does come with a fair number of accessories. I wish he came with more accessories, but I like the ones that we do have. Still wish that we had more, but let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll get a closer look at Iron Man. So just like the SH Figuarts Iron Spider figure with this Iron Man, we get this storage base thing, which is pretty nifty. To compare it to the Iron Spider, you can see that it's the same sculpting and everything, but we get translucent gray instead of red, and you get the same stand where there's articulation side to side. It can move forward and back, rotation right here, hinge right here, hinge and rotation right over here. You get your standard clamp, or you can use the Gooch cradle if you want. You gotta take the clamps out if you want to go ahead and do that, or you could plug it into the back of the figure. There's also that option too, and you can see the little port right there that goes into the back of the Iron Man. When you plug this into the top piece right over here, you're gonna take out one of these ports. I chose to not take out the part of the A right over there because there's some paint on it, but yeah, this a little OCD thing of mine. And here's all the other accessories that come with this Iron Man figure. You can see we get 8 pairs of interchangeable hands, and then we get 3 different pairs of effects, and then we get these 2 other pieces right here, which we'll take a closer look at in just a moment. But looking at the fisted hands, I think they look really good. I like the gold paint that we're seeing on these, and then we get these relaxed hands with the white repulsor effect painted in there. And then we get these flat hands, and then we get the repulsor blasting hands where you could go ahead and plug in an effect. So we have these smaller effects right here that you could go ahead and plug in like so. It's a little bit bent. And I like the white paint that we're seeing. Nice translucent blue. Could be a little bit brighter, I guess. I don't know. And then we also get these ones, which also look really good. I like this blue color that we're seeing. Yeah, I like the blue on this one a little bit more than this one. I don't know. And then it has some nice white paint on the inside of it too. Very nice detail in that white paint. I like that a lot. Yeah, but you could just go ahead and port that onto a repulsor hand, so that's pretty nifty. And then you also get the boot repulsors or the boot blast effects right there, and they just port into the bottom of the feet of the Iron Man figure like so. So that's pretty easy to do. I don't like how there's this little bit of gappage, you know, that's a little irksome, but it doesn't really show up too much in pictures. And then we get these effects pieces right here, and I think this was like a repulsor cannon. I can't remember if these had specific names from the movie. I'm actually, I haven't rewatched Infinity War at the moment of this recording, so I will be rewatching it very soon, over and over and over again. Looking at this one right over here, it looks pretty good as well. I like it. I like how it's just coming off the top of his forearm right over there. That's pretty nifty. I like that. I wish you could plug in these effects right here, though. I did try doing that, and I was like, oh, that doesn't really work. It was a bit unfortunate. That would have been kind of cool. But anyway, to show how to attach these to the arms, you go ahead and just peel off or just, you know, detach that forearm. And this goes on the left side. And you want to play a little bit of match the shape. So you can see we get that shape right there. And make sure it matches the shape right here. And it's actually going to go on horizontally onto the figure. And there you go. And you could rotate it around. And you want to take one of the hands and put the hand right back on there. So let's see here. There you go. We have a left fisted hand, and we can just put that right on there. So that's pretty cool. And you can do the same thing on the other side. Just detach right there, and then rest this on here. Make sure you're matching the shape, and it's going to go on there sideways. then you could rotate as you'd like over at the bicep, and that looks pretty cool. I like that. Pretty nifty Iron Man. I really wish he had like the back fins going on. You know, that really bothers me that those aren't there. One last thing is you can peel this off. It's a little tricky to shimmy off, but here's that back port that I showed off earlier on. So you can go ahead and plug your figure onto that if you want to. I don't know. I find this to be a little irritating. I prefer just using the clamps. Whoa, not so fast, Shartimus. I missed a thing. So you can split this apart right here and remove this effect if you want to. So if you want to have this look going on without that blue electric effect, you can do that. But the main reason for being able to do this is you want to detach both sides in order to put one of the hands on here. So you could, you know, I guess just use a relaxed hand like this if you want, and then you could go ahead and reattach these and then clap this together. So now there's a subtle difference of the hand being on the inside. Like I said, you know, if you forget to put the hand in there, it's not really going to make a difference, especially if it's a fisted hand. Then you definitely won't see it, which is probably what he was doing anyway. Damn, man, this figure is really hard to shoot because it is just so damn shiny. I mean, look at all these hot spots. It's like you can see pretty much every light over here on the review station just reflecting on the figure. I love this metallic paint. I mean, I could complain about how difficult it is to shoot the figure for my video, but the figure itself, man, oh, jeez, I'm so pleased with this helmet sculpt. I love that they use translucent blue right there for the eyes. That is great, especially when you have light shining right on them. They light up like that. There's no light up feature here, but it looks like they're lit up, and that is just awesome. They could have used a touch of black around the mouth portion right over here, or a little bit of a gap in the sculpt. I don't know, something to make that mouth stick out a little bit more, but I like the silver on the side right here. Looking on the back of the helmet and everything looks pretty good. Looking at the back of the figure looks pretty good too. Little touches of metallic blue. I'm liking that. Again, this red is just so cool, man. And then looking at the arc reactor right here, that looks great. They used more of a milky blue color for this translucent plastic right here, so that's cool. It's a little bit different. I dig that. And looking at the arms, they look really sleek. I really like the design of this armor. Mark 50 is really one of my favorites. I really like it a lot. Nice silver right in there too. That is awesome. I love how the torso looks, all these little parts right here. Man, yes. Yes, I'm liking the details. Yes, yes. Shout out to Beast Wars fans out there, you know, you know. And then looking right over here on the hip, that looks pretty good. And you can shift this around a little bit as you like. And then looking at the back, looking at the iron butt, looks pretty good. Got the iron butt pieces on the inside right there. Iron Man thighs, and I like the inner workings of the joints. You look all painted up very nicely, so the details are consistent. That looks really cool. As you bend right here, you can see some more details on the inside joint. That is great. I like that. I love these tiny little touches of blue just speckled throughout. That's awesome, especially because they're painted with such immaculate detail. I love that. Man, what a beautiful looking piece. And you can feel there's a bit of weight right there in the feet. I believe these are die-cast feet. So that's pretty cool. And he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet right there too, as you saw earlier. Now to go over the articulation, you can move the head up quite a bit, so there's no problem getting him into flight poses. That's pretty cool. And you can get the head looking down all the way. You get side-to-side motion and a good amount of head pivoting right here too. You also get the shoulder joints or the butterfly joints that can shift forward and back and shift up and down. You get this separate panel piece on the inside of that covering up the joint, so that's pretty cool. You can move the arms up very far and down, and you could rotate 360 right there. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist turn side to side. They're on ball joints, so they don't really hinge. You could just move them around as you like. I wish there was a little bit more movement there. But anyway, we do get a decent diaphragm joint that turns side to side. You can see the details keep going up. That's pretty cool. And you don't want to detach that. Oof, that looks ugly. But yeah, you can shift that up and down a little bit too. But it'll move back quite a bit, and you do get side to side motion as I showed, and you can see the pivoting right there. You do get a little bit of swiveling side to side at the hip. Be very careful with that. It's kind of not agreeing with me, so I would just kind of use the crunch at the hip instead and crunch back, and just a little bit of wobbling but no real pivot. As far as swiveling side to side and pivoting, I'll leave it more to that diaphragm joint. You do get an up and down shifting at the legs, or at the hips anyway, so that's cool. So you could shift them down that far, you could shift them back up into place. If you shift them down, you could move them all the way out, so he can do the splits, and you can get him kicking forward all the way and back very far. You get an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees that bend in that far, kind of tricky to see. And then the ankle can turn side to side, hinges down, hinges up. You do get ankle pivot and toe articulation. Come on, toe yeah, there you go. There's a toe articulation. I guess that was the first time I moved that toe joint. Jeez. Now to measure out this Iron Man figure, you can see that he is standing just under 6.5 inches tall. And to compare this Mark 50 Iron Man next to my only other SH Figuarts Iron Man figure in my collection, we have the Mark 45 Age of Ultron Iron Man, which is also one of my favorite Iron Man figures, or armors anyway. But yeah, you can see that this newer one is a little bit shorter, and it makes sense, you know, just due to the nature of the suit. And then here's Iron Man next to my only other SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War movie figure that I have at the moment. We have the Iron Spider, and I like the height difference between these two. Wouldn't have been cool if the Iron Spider had that same metallic red as this Iron Man. That would have been awesome. Then I had to compare this new Iron Man figure next to the other two big Avengers characters. We have Captain America from Age of Ultron, and then we have the Thor Ragnarok Gladiator Thor figure. And yeah, I feel like this Thor should have definitely been taller than these two. I mean, he's just a tiny bit taller than them, but yeah, I think he should have been a lot taller. And then here's the Mark 50 Iron Man next to the Mark 50 Iron Man from the Avengers Infinity War 3-pack from Hasbro Marvel Legends, and you can see how much taller the Marvel Legend is next to the SH Figuart right here, and how much brighter it is in red compared to this one. I mean, geez, this looks way more film accurate to me, right? Isn't it? They should have definitely gone with that color. And then here's our Japanese import Iron Man figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. I gotta thank you guys once again for watching my video. I really do appreciate it, as well as when you guys hit that like button if you like the video. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of this very shiny figure, and let me know what you think of the review. And if you have not hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and do so, as well as the notification bell. Man, this figure is sick. This thing just looks awesome. I just can't get over the paint apps. I mean, I don't see any other figure that's as shiny as this in the 6-inch scale, or at the moment anyway, you know, especially for the Mark 50. So I'm really excited to have it. However, I do wish that he had more accessories. I don't know if SH Figuarts is doing like an accessory pack or something like that for this piece. I know Hot Toys is doing that, and I do have the Hot Toys 50 pre-ordered, but yeah, it would be cool if SH Figuarts released more accessories for this figure, because it really does need them. And the accessories that they gave us look amazing. So I'm actually really happy with this figure, and I'm going to give it a stud rating of
I love it!
And again, I'd like to know what you guys think, so please go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you'd like to see the latest in Marvel news, forums, and photo galleries, you can find that all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on the social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,